Hey there. Hey. So, I don't know if it's obvious what I'm going to do today, but let me clue you in. So, my feeling is that deliciousness is deliciousness. It doesn't have to be complicated. And today we're going to do something really, really, really simple. What I've got here are already cooked, hard cooked eggs. I've got 8 of them. And I'm going to make egg salad today. So I've got a little celery, I've got a carrot. It's going to have a little lemon juice. And I'm going to use dried chives. Do you know why? Because I couldn't find fresh ones in the grocery. That's fine. We're going to use dried chives. It's going to be okay. I'm going to use some dill. I'm going to chop up a sweet gherkin because I don't have relish. But you know what? It's pretty much the same thing. And we're not going to go crazy with that. We're going to just a little bit. This is what we want to talk about, though, right? It doesn't have to be Hellmann's, but it's got to be real mayo. Don't be coming to me. Don't even talk to me if you're using like Miracle Whip. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Don't even come close to me. And I'm going to use a mustard. Now this one, I'm going to turn it upside down so we get everything down to the lid. Add a little bit of lemon juice. Now, here's the trick. That's what's going to be in the regular egg salad. But I had an idea, and I'm not going to do it to the whole thing just in case it's no good, but I'm going to take a little bit of that egg salad, and I'm going to add a little bit of za'atar to it and see how that works. And then I'll let you know how I liked it. So you'll see. But that's not going to go in the main. Like the regular egg salad's going to have these ingredients. I'm going to take a little bit on the side, put a little za'atar, see how I like it. So let's get started. I'll show you the chop on these, and then we're going to peel the eggs, and we're going to talk about, I hate to use the word the proper way. I really do hate to use that. But there are some people that are going to get very uppity about, how you hard cook eggs. My technique is real simple. I put the eggs in a pot, I cover them with water, and I bring that to the boil. And once it's boiling, I leave them going for 10 minutes at a slow boil. 10 minutes, and then I throw cold water in there, and I cover them with ice. 10 minutes exactly, that's how I do it. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like inside there. But there's a whole bunch of ways to do it, and there's no wrong way, but I'm gonna show you a couple things that are gonna make you feel like maybe this is the right way. How about that? Okay, so here was my egg before it was peeled. Here's one of them that's peeled. Now, and I have another one here where the yolk is already out. So you see my yolk? My yolk is still yellow, right? It didn't turn green. And if you just pop it open, you see how it's nice and yellow all the way through. Now watch this one. I'm gonna just pop it open. And you see how it's beautiful inside, right? My yolk is not discolored. It didn't turn green. It's still yellow. And you notice also how it was centered. I'm going to explain that too. So you know how eggs come in a container and they're typically, point side down or point side up or something like that, right? What I do is when I leave them in the fridge, I leave them on the side like this, okay? And in so doing, that kind of centers the yolk so that when I hard cook them, the yolk are typically, not always, but typically centered like that. And then the idea is when you don't overcook them, they don't turn green. The yolk stays kind of nice and yellow like that. So is it the proper way? I don't know. Is it going to taste the same if the yolk is beautifully yellow or a little bit green? You know what? It's pretty much going to taste the same. It's still an egg, okay? Is it going to be as pretty as this? Probably not, but who cares? It's an egg salad sandwich, okay? Okay, so it's not all about the technique so much as I just want to show you what kind of dice I'm going to get here. So I just cut my carrot in half. And you see, I want tiny little cubes, okay? So I'm just going to with my celery, right? tiny little cubes. Okay, and for full disclosure, there's my carrots and celery. Here's a single gherkin, sweet pickle. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. You know, I could have used sweet relish, I guess. But, all right, so here are all of my carrots, celery, and gherkin, right? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take an egg, cut it in half, and give it a rough chop, right? And that's going to be part of my salad, okay? But we're going to get a little bit fancy. That's what we're going to do. If I take a strainer, a regular strainer, and I take my yolk like that, I can just pop it through, and then we get a really nice, fine, I'll show you what it looks like once I pop this one through. Okay, you ready? Take a look at that. See how it looks like powder, right? So we're going to get fancy. We're going to take the egg and just force it through the strainer like that. Now, we don't have to do this to all of it, but see how nice. And what we'll do is we'll roughly chop some of the egg, and we'll do this to some of it. And it's going to make it, here, look at how fancy that looks. Isn't that cool? So here we go. I'm just going to take one, cut it in half. Look at how nice and centered that is. Isn't that nice? And then I'm just going to mash it with a fork, right? I mean, you don't have to do what I was doing with the strainer, right? A fork does just fine. But it's a neat trick. Also, you know, and again, it lends to different textures that we're going to get. So it's all good, man. All good. And it's all going to be delicious. Just going to throw that in. And away we go. So now, I don't like to go crazy with the mayonnaise, right? I mean, for 8 eggs, you know, some recipes are going to say a half a cup of mayo. You know, here's a soup spoon, a tablespoon. I'm going to put in just 2 scoops, and that's it. I'm not going to go crazy with it. And now for the mustard. You know, again, I'm not going to go crazy with it. That's enough. That's enough mustard. That's enough. Okay. And let's see what we're going to do next. Dill. I'm going to put dill in. I'm only going to put a half teaspoon of dill, right? Oh man, that smells good. And chives, right? I didn't have, I'm going to put in a teaspoon of chives. I didn't have fresh chives at the store, so I'm going to use dried chives. It's okay. Okay, and I'm going to squeeze in a little bit of lemon juice. Oh, I hope I didn't get any pits in there. No, I don't think so. All right, just a little lemon juice. And, oh boy, I forgot the salt and pepper. All right, now again, I don't want this to be super salty. I'm going to just use a quarter? Nah, what a half teaspoon of salt. And a few grams of pepper. Cool. And then we're going to throw in the crunchy, right? The celery, the carrot, and the pickle. And I'm just going to mix it up. It looks nice, right? I want to make sure I get it mixed well. I don't want any salty spots, right? Because you saw I put a half a teaspoon of salt in there, but I don't want just one part of this to have all the salt. So I'm going to make sure I stir it up pretty good. And there it is. It looks like egg salad. Can't have egg salad without paprika. Now, I've got this regular paprika. I've also got this smoked paprika. And I think I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of smoked. I'm not going to go crazy with it. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, because the smoky flavor is going to really come out. But that's it. There's my egg salad. And stick with me, I'm going to make sandwiches. But you know what? You can't just say, hey, here it is. You have to taste it first. So I'm going to give it a little taste just to make sure. Ready? Oh yeah, that is on the money. Okay, sandwiches next. Alrighty, so, I mean, it should be pretty straightforward how to do this. And this is important. When you do an egg salad, especially egg salad, because it's so squishy, I recommend that you use a nice soft bread. I'm just going to use a nice piece of romaine. You know what, though? It's a little bit too big. I'm just going to cut it to size. And really, the romaine is just for the look. I mean, you know, it's going to add a little flavor, but it's really for the look. Get a nice helping of the egg salad on there. Right? Add a little romaine on top. Cover it up. And voila, there's Leia's sandwich. But hold on, wait. You know I made these for a reason. And there it is. That's going upstairs. You might recall, I said I was going to do something different for mine. So we're going to do 2 half sandwiches, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to put a little romaine on one. Well, it's not folding nicely, so let's just cut it, right? Okay, a little lettuce, a little egg salad for me. And remember what I said, I'm going to try it with a little bit of this za'atar. This particular za'atar we got in, where is that? Savory Spice, but hold on. I need this. Peddler's Village. So I used to get my za'atar from Penzeys, and I still love the Penzeys za'atar. But this one's from Peddler's Village, Pennsylvania, and it is also really, really nice. So there's my half, and then here's the other half that I'm going to do just plain. You know, the egg salad that I made without the za'atar. And that's it. That's all she wrote. I might put a little bit of paprika on that, actually. But there's my sandwich.